It's Shannon.
Hello, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon Live.
It's Shannon.
Because you don't know how it's going to turn out.
It's Shannon. It's Shannon.
My kids empowered me to get out.
What's going on with this remote learning and in the midst of COVID?
Working for different elected officials, learning and understanding how to put your community first.
Hi, and welcome to Keeping It Real with Shannon. We are coming to you live tonight. So, hello, ladies.
Hi.
How are you? So, how's
Good. How
everything?
you ladies doing?
Hanging in there.
Well, I'm
Enjoying
hanging
the
in there.
last of the summer.
And summer's
Well,
gone.
yes, that's a shame. It's just about over. But
Yeah.
look, tonight I've been thinking about this all week. I'm just sick to my stomach with just all of this stuff, this crime and this provoked attack and unvoked attack. I mean, it's just getting out of hand. You know, the lady that was attacked in the subway the other day with this guy just dragging her across the floor and kicking her and stomping her, and now she might lose sight in one of her eyes. And come to find out, he's been attacking people ever since he was 14. You know, he stabbed killed his foster parent, and then his sister, he stabbed her. I mean, it's like it's just out of control. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna protect ourselves? I mean, we all can't carry guns because I don't believe in carrying guns or whatever. But I don't even know what we say we're gonna do, because where can we go?
Well, you know what, Lottie? He's one of many isolated cases. In addition to that background, he also attacked 3 workers at psychiatric treatment. So it's an ongoing pattern, and that's like kind of really a bona fide mental health condition where we really see a correlation with that. And as far as what people can carry and what people should do, listen, I mean, it's either you or me.
Yeah,
As you stay
absolutely.
You're out there, and you're out there innocently. You're not involved in any engaged in anything, and you being
Right.
And
attacked.
you know what I think? Honestly, there's the mental health component, which is understandable, but at the same time, we as people, we have to be vigilant. We have to be aware of our surroundings. We yes, we are free to walk anywhere we want, and yes, we can jog anywhere we want. But there is the whole notion of, is it safe for me to even do that? Say, yes, I can go anywhere I want, but think about the chances are you jogging down that area and there's somebody waiting to grab you, or at 2:00 in the morning you decide to come home taking mass transit when you know that there's very little people out at
On
that
the
time.
trains and stuff.
You have to think about.
Yeah.
Think
You
about.
got to start thinking now. You got to think. You're right about that, Jackie. Because
But honestly, these things can happen at any time. I was on the train on my way to work, and this lady, it's a crowded train, and this man attacked her on the train. What? Okay, it was on the 2 train. It was on the 2 train, and we're going towards Flatbush, so it's a lot of people on the train. It's early in the morning. People are on the train. You know what I mean? So it's easy to say, "Hey, you coming home at 2:00 in the morning? Take a cab."
Yeah.
What if she can't afford it?
Yeah.
What if she can't afford it?
But I would like to think you could take a cab and you would take a cab.
So then, Allison, what happened on the train when he attacked her? Did everybody just stand there and look?
Well, here's the thing. So the people that were in that particular car left the car and then came into the car that I was in.
While the woman was being attacked.
Right, because people don't do anything. Nobody's getting involved. You know what I mean? So then at that point, somebody rang for the conductor, and then they came in. They called the police at that time. But it's pretty much, it was President Street. And so, there are cops on that station usually, and they came down and, they tried to arrest them at that point. But everybody got off the train and took the next train coming, and that's pretty much the society that we live in. Nobody's really getting involved in. It could be nobody knows if it's a domestic dispute or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. You're talking about broad daylight.
But even if it's a domestic dispute, if a man is standing there beating up the woman, so I don't understand if you got about 10 or 12 people, all of them jump on them at the same time. Like,
Listen.
People who scared for their own life and think he might pull out.
Yeah, because the innocent is always getting hurt, and just like the case that you're referencing in this meeting, to this call today, somebody tried to intervene, and then he got attacked. And the thing is, it was something that was going on.
No, he didn't get attacked. The guy just lunged at him and he ran.
Exactly. Because also what we come to find out later, he's talking satanic, he's talking devil stuff. So you don't know what he's on, what he has.
Right.
People want to get involved. People want to help.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's domestic or anything. It's people.
Yeah.
And then
in that case, it was just him and that singer guy. The singer guy that walked up to help, and he lunged at the guy, so the guy ran. But I'm talking about, like Allison said, you on a crowded train with a whole lot of people on there, and a woman is being beaten up. So you mean to tell me if they about 4 or 5 men on there, they could have jumped on him?
And they weren't. They left. They were in the train. They ran over with the women in the other train too.
Well, that's my point. That's my point.
You know, this society has become, for good reason, you know, like innocent people, some good Samaritans die.
Always get hurt. They're the ones who
right.
And I understand about self-preservation, but it reminds me of that time of the woman in when the Bronx. What was it? The Boston Strangler. The woman was in the street screaming for help. Nobody opened their door.
Right.
And she was murdered. But it's just saying that the coldness of how we are. Call 911. There was a man outside of my door Sunday screaming his head off. He was actually but I wanted to know what was going on. I went downstairs. He was screaming because he was drunk, number one, and someone blocked the entrance to get into the driveway to the back of the building. Get into, and it not fancy, not rich. It's just, and then just getting involved. Is everything all calm down?
Right.
There's nothing you could do right now, I told him. And then it didn't help when he was saying to me, I know, Michael Jackson's dead. That's how I knew he was drunk.
Right.
Yeah, but even so, you don't want to get involved, and I think everyone should at least have a due diligence to call 911.
Yes.
And even for police officers that they're out there, they do tell you in what cases. If you're off duty, they tell you do not get involved, but you just have to give a call 911 and give your description. It's not everybody's due diligence to get involved. It's good if they feel they have the upper hand, because some people you don't really know what people's on. A lot of people's on substance abuse, coupled with medication that they're on, coupled with medication that they're not on, they're not stabilized with.
Right.
And everybody's walking around with a gun. Everybody has a knife. And it's like, you're going to work no matter what time of day it is. You're going to work. This is unprovoked. What we hear. He made it.
You have such sense. That makes, that still gives you, like, you don't feel like, as me, wouldn't feel so bad saying I did nothing. I did something.
Right, you called.
I called 911.
That's it.
I know that I can't overpower.
But what I'm saying is, I understand what both of you are saying, but I'm saying if it's a one-on-one situation, like you said, you don't know what they have a gun, a knife, or whatever. Right. So, because you were saying, okay, when you go to the other car and call 911, well, by that time the woman is dead. I'm saying if you got like 10 or 12 people standing there, particular men and stuff. Now, don't tell me if all of them jumped on that person together. That they can't.
They're not going to do that.
One-on-one, yes, they can get the advantage.
Let me ask you a scenario.
You'll get 10 or 12 to jump. You'll get 10 or 12 people to get involved if there was a car accident and say they need somebody to flip open the car, because they're not going to receive any
recognition.
No, they're not going to be fired.
Penalized.
But penalized.
The car is not going to fight them.
Right.
So
So what happens when you have people that jump on someone, right? And that person subsequently dies. Now you got
all those people become liable.
Right. Now you got a bigger problem, right?
If who dies?
If the victim dies, the perpetrator.
The person that you attacked.
The perpetrator.
Exactly.
Because everybody's trying to get him off of that, and they don't even realize they're putting him in chokehold.
Right. You don't know what kind of medical conditions they have. What medical conditions they have. If
then you know what? If that's the case, then if this person is trying to kill somebody, beating them up, trying to kill them, and you go to try to help them, and even if the person did die or whatever, you was trying to save some person or whatever. So then that means the court system the court system is going to blame that person.
But Lottie, you know how the court system works.
Right.
The family is going to get a good lawyer.
It's not
just like the men that are in Rikers that subsequently passed through whatever reason in there. The family sues, and he was a good boy, but he's in there for murder. He's a good boy. So no matter what, even if you're doing a great Samaritan thing and pulling this man off of him,
a life is a life.
Yeah.
A life is a life. Just like if you fighting with someone and you hit someone and they hit their head, yes, and they don't die, it can be an assault. But if they die subsequently a month, 2 months, a year, it's upgraded to homicide.
Right.
Yeah.
It's upgraded to homicide. So
because the death was in conjunction with the accident or the incident.
Exactly, absolutely. Your actions result in that person's demise. And in addition to that, right? In addition to that, people, you don't know what people's circumstances are. Somebody can have they can have their own weapon on them, right? They could be, they can have a felony. They could be someplace they got no business. You don't know why people don't get involved. People may not be here legally. Nobody wants to bring attention to themselves. And then what happens when you're on the news? They got your face up there. You got to show up at court. You got to be places. People don't get involved.
We're in a different
I understand that people don't want to get involved, but I don't. Well, it hasn't happened to me yet. I don't know what I would do if it did happen. But I think if somebody's in front of me and somebody's beating that person to death trying to kill, I think I would get involved. Even I might be putting my life in danger, but I would try to do something. I'd take my pocketbook and start hitting them with them over the head.
I caution you.
I don't know. I would try to do something.
Lottie,
don't do that.
I don't want you to tell me when. I don't want Kate to. I caution you before you confront anyone. If you want to do the best for that victim, call 911. You can stay on the scene, give the description of who the perpetrator is. Okay, I don't caution you to get involved.
Yeah, I have stayed on the scene when I've seen something. I'm just not gonna put myself in harm's way. Right. I have bad knees already. I have asthma. Nobody's swinging at me, and not. And I think I could take it, but no.
Listen, I don't have any of those problems, but I got a kid at home. I got to make it home.
Yeah, family, exactly.
I got to make it home.
Yes.
I feel sorry for that person that's in the situation.
I feel bad that we have come to this degree that we just don't help each other in times of.
But it's also
happen. I understand. What everybody's saying, but I just said it's a shame that we have come to this point that we can stand there and watch somebody being killed.
But it's a shame, Lottie, when you
say that we're not going to do anything.
It's a shame when you cannot
whatever. It's sad. It's really sad.
The sad part about it is that you can't go to work and leave your house and go from point A to point B free.
Yes, and not have anything happen.
Exactly. That's the point. When you're minding your business and you're doing what you got to do. And you're being attacked because you're not talking to someone. You didn't say hello to anyone. Look at a guy who lost his life because he held the door for someone and the guy didn't say thank you. That spilled out into something. That turned into something, and he ended up getting stabbed in his neck, losing his life.
Yeah. Well, all right then. So that brings us to
is disheartening, Lottie. I know how you feel.
Okay, then I'll keep in mind what y'all said. I guess it'll just be whatever frame of mind I'm in at that time.
Okay.
But let's move on to our next topic. I wanted to know, I've been watching them starting to build the tent for the migrants that's coming in on the buses every day, for them to have some place to come and, be taken care of with their resources or housing or whatever they're going to get or whatever. And they are building it up there in the Bronx. So the residents are complaining because that's the spot that they would go to at Orchard Beach, And so now they're complaining because now they don't have nowhere that they can go and, do what they need to do or whatever. So I'm thinking okay, the winter time is coming. So how is people going to be out there under a tent having services taken care of, number one, number two? And where are we supposed to be putting all of these people, even though I know we're supposed to be an open state? But we'll answer that when we come back. We'll be right back.
It's Shannon.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
welcome back to Keeping It Real with Shannon. Before we were in the break, I was saying, where are we supposed to put all these people coming in? I know that, we're supposed to be a city that open arms to everybody or whatever. But when are we supposed to say we can't, just take busloads of people every day? Because your people that you got here that's already suffering, because people are still suffering from the pandemic, that don't have places to stay. I mean, when do we say no? I mean, I don't understand the other states is saying no, or they're not taking everybody. I mean, they're not up there in Martha's Vineyard anymore. I mean, I don't get it. Where do we have all these resources to take care of these people when you can't take care of the people that's in the shelter here now?
Well,
listen, I just want to say,
made it political.
Some of the people still can't even get food stamps from the pandemic that they had their job. They don't want to give them food stamps and stuff. I don't get it.
Listen, I just want to point out that they took them from a hospitable place and placed them in a hospitable place. The Bronx.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck. Good luck to them.
It's worse than that.
I mean, yeah, but for me, the Bronx is the worst place. But hey, I'm from Brooklyn, so it is what it is.
I don't understand how you can promise these individuals a job, housing here and there, and
you don't have it.
Now, I understand that advocating for these individuals, but my thing is, how do you come under whatever circumstance and you're complaining we don't have food, we don't have a place to stay, they lied to us, they made promises. First of all, a lot of these people are not coming from asylum-seeking countries where they have
it's free for all at this point.
Exactly.
Right.
I see this is hand pick of the litter. You got people who've been here for years, documented or undocumented. Offer them at least an amnesty program again that hasn't been around for 30 years ago, because they're at least working. At least you want to get some revenue, let the people work legally, right? So you have enough of tens of thousands of people here illegally. Open up the amnesty, let them present it, and then see what you can do. I'm sorry to say, I don't see anybody coming from places like Haiti. I don't see any too many Black and brown people coming. And I know the people that's coming is handpicked for where they're coming, because there's much more people that have been at that Mexican border besides looking like who's coming on the bus.
Right, because when the Haitian was at the border, what was they doing to them? Making them go back and then
go back.
Exactly.
Go back.
And stuff like, what are you doing here? So I mean, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it for all. But how you standing up there telling everybody to come to New York? You know you don't have no place for all of these people. You got
everybody that look like this. It's okay for them to come.
And you telling people, oh, just come to New York if you want to come to New York. Now, now the two governors got together because they only being spiteful. They only being vindictive.
It's political.
The one in Texas said, well, you said anybody can come to New York, and that's why he sent the busloads in here.
Right.
Now the one in Florida joined in, he's doing the same thing.
See,
now the other states are not
Adam
doing
spoke irrationally to me. We have you know what? I understand that if people are truly coming here for political asylum, but that's not what's coming. Everybody wants a greener pasture, but it's not always like that. I think a lot of them are going to be a burden on the city. A lot are going to be the people that are hardworking, that are working. A lot of people live through public assistance. They don't even think about working. Because
that's another problem. That's another topic.
Everybody can get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. Look at the situation we're looking at. Look at what's going on in Ukraine. I don't see them making no tents for them outside.
Right.
They light up in some hotel. They up there in a hotel.
Yeah.
This funding for what they want it for, right? This funding for exactly. And as far as welfare is just a system to keep people in place, in control. Yeah, see, people think they're getting over by not working, getting food out.
Right where you at.
It's a system. I always say the system is working how it's designed to work, and I'll stick to it. People don't have enough intelligence and rationale and to think about what's really going on around them. Okay.
You get a treat once a month, like my stamps came in, or my PT card is filled.
Right.
So that's how you basing everything.
But how many people selling stamps?
Listen, a lot of people.
How many people selling stamps?
A lot of people.
I know somebody that just the girl gave her 300 and got 700.
Okay.
Right.
300 cash.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. It's happening. Right.
Right.
I think
I don't see. My thing is my problem is I don't have a problem helping anyone. If you need help, I'm willing to help you. I don't have that problem. What my concern is now, we are already overcrowded in New York. Of course, everybody might want to come to New York, but this is not an inexpensive city to live.
To be
You
in,
already
absolutely.
got people who now can't pay their rent and ending up on the street. And you are not helping them find another place to get in because, first of all, you got all these developers that you have sold them that land is building all these high rises all over the place. I don't care what block they're out there building a building. But when they finish the building, you can't afford to get an apartment in there because
Vanessa, say that again.
3 bedrooms going for like $3,500, $4,000. And people not making that kind of money to get in there. Why are you having the developers building buildings where people can get out of the shelter and pay some rent to get out of the shelter? So that's not happening. So now you're bringing in 13 more thousand of people every day, every other day, or every week, or whatever like that. What is going to happen to the people here? Just like you said, we already have people here working that cannot work out where people know that, that they can pay their taxes and live like free or get their paperwork in order or whatever. You already have people here that's working and paying into the system. So like you said, you make it right for them so they become citizens where they can work like everybody else and pay. But now, what is going to happen with all of these 13,000 people? And then you still got more bus loads coming in. And then you are building a tent
and it's not
on the ground to put some people in.
And somebody can easily say, oh, wouldn't you, that's not fair. Wouldn't you want a better way of life? But you know what? This is not a free, we're trying to make it here. Everybody here is overburdened with the rent and food. And now New York is stretching themselves out. Busload coming in. I personally, and you can easily say, oh, I'm an immigrant, but I live here and I'm working here.
That's something different. It's not like you're just coming in, it's something different. But I want to go back to answer your question. It's multifold for a couple of things. The city is selling out NYCHA. They're selling out parking lots. They're selling out spaces to these private developers. Now, in lieu of that, individual is twofold. Individuals living in places, they're not places and spaces, they're not paying their rent. Okay. How many people got their stimulus package? How many people got PPP money? Where you got it, they're not paying their rent. You find more people getting evicted because they're not paying their rent, but they got Christmas, they got new cars, they're going out places, everybody getting Uberized, they eating out every time. So you have to do your part also. You have to one way to avoid a lot of people from getting evicted, right? Tenants who have a 30% portion towards whatever the government is supplementing. That portion needs to go directly to the landlord. And I say that because most people are getting put out because they're not paying their portion.
That's like a voucher you're talking about?
Right. Those who have vouchers, but they're not paying their portion. Those who got unemployment, all that money for unemployment, pay something. Because at the end of the day, it's going to run out. You think you're going to sit up here and park up and collect all this money, don't pay nothing, speak, and think you're going to be able to go down and get a one-shot deal? They're going to check and cross-reference those systems. Did you get the stimulus? Did you get unemployment? Did you file your taxes? What have you paid? Why should people double dip, double, triple, quadruple dip?
They lost so much money through the stimulus and all of these PPP loans. Half of them were fraudulent. Billions of dollars are gone.
Right.
Gone.
Right. And what people didn't realize was that if you're getting prosecuted for those PPP loans, there's no time limit.
Right.
There's no time limit. So 20 years from now, they could still be charging you with stealing their money from the PPP loan.
And a lot of people filled out paperwork and got those loans and stuff, like that. But like you said, when they got time to check, back then they don't have time to check. They're just trying to help people because they think they really need help and everything like that. But what makes you think when the government gives you something that it's going to be for nothing.
It's free. Exactly.
They're going to get their money back.
There's a cost.
They're going to get their money back.
Uncle Sam always getting his money.
What you think that you have gotten free?
He's not my
you
uncle.
haven't got that unemployment money free or that stimulus or whatever.
Okay.
How many people was getting unemployment and never worked?
Listen, talk about it.
I was saying, because I said, how can you be getting unemployment? You wasn't
I didn't get a taste of this stuff.
I didn't understand how that happened.
And they was collecting more money than they would if they were. Some people were getting that
That's
extra
why
money.
people didn't work. You go down south. I was down in Atlanta, and everywhere I looked, they were begging for people to work.
Yeah,
But
they still hiring. They got everywhere you look now, they're hiring.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it
people
is,
still don't want to work.
That leads us into the next topic about the inflation and the cost of living and stuff, because the way the cost of living is going up now. You go to the supermarket and you buy maybe 2 packs of meat and some bread and eggs and milk and stuff. You done spent about $200 before you come out of the supermarket. You looking at your little bag saying, what do I have in the bag?
What Costco membership, buy it in bulk. I live for bulk.
Even if you buy it in bulk, ain't so much you can buy now because they have raised the prices on bulk.
I have 2 deep freezers and a regular freezer.
Listen, I can't fit that in my apartment, Jackie.
You know what I do?
I'm sorry.
I can't. I don't have the space.
I'm sorry.
But I can come by you, Jackie.
Listen, I go abroad. I'm sorry. I'm out.
Be a gardener.
Listen.
Stop growing your own vegetables.
But Jackie, if you put the food in a deep freezer, you still can't buy but so much at a time because you're not supposed to eat a long time in a deep freezer either way. You're not supposed to do that.
I don't eat meat.
Well, your frozen vegetables or whatever you have in there, you can't keep it a long time.
Can't keep it in there. Freezer burn.
Freezer burn. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so
my mother said just cut it off and continue eating it.
You know, you still have to put it on there because
that's why a lot of people leaving the country.
It look a little green.
Yes.
But that's what I was saying about all the people that's coming in. Like, how are they going to get food and be fed if they don't get a job right away or whatever? And see, this is what I'm saying. They already get the resources with the food stamp to buy food. They get free health care, insurance and stuff. And the people who are here don't have health coverage. They don't have health coverage. So
hello. Or for the people that do, the health coverage isn't great.
I don't know what to say about this. We're in serious crisis between the weather, the inflation, the crime.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry, ladies. We got to wrap up the show, but I'm gonna tell you what we need to do.
What?
Well, you're gonna have to stop eating so you don't have to spend so much money in the supermarket. That's all.
Get a gun.
And just eat the vegetables and the crumbs or whatever. And the only main thing you better do is pay that rent so you ain't sitting on the steps. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
You know, if they cut off your phone, all of that kind of stuff, the stove, you don't have to cook, you don't have to
nobody wants to be outside in the wintertime.
Get it together. Do what you have to do to survive the best way you can.
Those people are going to freeze to death.
I know. That's what I said. They're going to
just need a financial counsel.
But anyway, to the next time, thank you, ladies, for joining us. Thank you all for watching tonight. And as always,
stop eating the meat.
We'll see you next time.
Today's show is sponsored by Abu's Bakery. If you have a sweet tooth, stop by Abu's Bakery for some delicious cakes and pies.
Do you like beautiful pictures for your home or your office? Then stop by Faith Watch Gallery. They have a large selection of pictures from around the world.
It's shining.